This is the full story of Hercules, also known as Heracles. Chapter 1. The World of Gods and Mortals. Once upon a time, in a world where gods roamed among mortals, there existed a realm of wonder and awe. Imagine a sky painted with clouds that whispered secrets and mountains that stood as silent guardians of ancient tales. This was the realm where gods and mortals walked hand in hand, where the line between myth and reality blurred. In this world, there resided a pantheon of gods, each with their own unique powers and domains. There was Zeus, the mighty ruler of the heavens, whose thunderbolts could shake the very earth. Hera, his queen, radiated regal grace, her eyes flashing with both love and jealousy. Athena, the wise goddess of wisdom, was known for her sharp intellect and strategic prowess. And Aphrodite, the goddess of love, whose beauty could enchant even the coldest heart. But amidst the splendor of divine power, a shadow loomed over the heavens. Zeus and Hera, the king and queen of the gods, found themselves locked in a bitter conflict over the fate of a mortal child named Hercules. Zeus, ever the cunning ruler, had fathered Hercules with a mortal woman named Alcmene. But Hera, consumed by jealousy and rage, could not bear the thought of her husband's infidelity. Thus, she vowed to thwart Hercules at every turn, determined to erase his existence from the annals of history. As the stage is set for our tale, the central conflict between Zeus and Hera over Hercules' existence simmers, ready to ignite into a blazing inferno of divine drama. But what of Hercules himself? What destiny awaits the son of Zeus and mortal Alcmene? And how will the gods shape his path as he walks the fine line between godhood and mortality? Chapter 2. Hercules' Birth and Early Life. In the quiet village of Thebes, nestled among olive groves and winding rivers, a child was born who would shake the very foundations of the world. His name was Hercules, son of Zeus, king of the gods and the mortal Alcmene. Hercules entered the world amidst a symphony of thunder and lightning, his cries echoing across the heavens. It was a birth shrouded in both wonder and fear, for with it came the prophecy of a great destiny. It was foretold that Hercules would rise to unparalleled heights, achieving feats that would immortalize his name in the annals of history. But even as the mortals rejoiced at the birth of this remarkable child, a shadow fell over the land. Hera, ever vengeful and consumed by jealousy, looked upon Hercules with eyes burning with rage. She could not abide the thought of Zeus's indiscretions, nor the existence of a child born of his union with a mortal woman. Thus, Hera unleashed her fury upon the innocent babe, sending venomous serpents to snuff out his life before it had barely begun. But Hercules, even in his infancy, displayed a strength and resilience beyond mortal comprehension. As the serpents slithered towards him with fangs bared, he grasped them in his tiny hands, their coils tightening around his wrists. With a strength born of divine heritage, Hercules crushed the serpents in his grasp, their lifeless bodies falling to the ground at his feet. The villagers looked on in awe and terror, for they knew that this was no ordinary child, but a force of nature destined for greatness. And so, as Hercules grew from infancy to boyhood, the shadow of Hera's anger loomed ever larger over his life. But with each passing day, he grew stronger and more determined, ready to face whatever trials the gods saw fit to throw in his path. For he knew that his destiny was written in the stars, and that nothing, not even the wrath of the gods themselves, could stand in the way of his greatness. Chapter 3. Hera's vengeance and Hercules' madness. As Hercules grew into a man of unrivaled strength and courage, Hera's wrath burned ever brighter, her thirst for vengeance unquenched. In a cruel twist of fate, she unleashed her fury upon the unsuspecting hero, casting a dark veil of madness over his mind. Driven to the brink of insanity by Hera's malicious influence, Hercules committed an unspeakable crime that shook the very foundations of the mortal world. Consumed by a rage he could not control, he struck down his own wife and children, their blood staining his hands and soul. When the fog of madness lifted, Hercules was left to confront the devastating truth of his actions. The weight of his sins bore down upon him like a mountain, crushing him beneath its unforgiving burden. With a heavy heart and tears streaming down his face, he vowed to atone in any way he could. It was then that a glimmer of hope pierced the darkness, for the oracle of Delphi revealed to Hercules a path to redemption. To cleanse his soul of the stain of his deeds, he must undertake 12 labors, tasks so daunting and impossible that few mortals dare to dream of attempting them. With a newfound sense of purpose burning in his heart, Hercules set out on his quest, guided by the wisdom of the gods and the memory of his beloved family. From the slaying of the Nemean lion to the capturing of the golden hind, each labor tested his strength, courage, and resolve to the limit. And so, as Hercules faced each trial with unwavering determination, the gods looked down upon him with both awe and pity, for they knew that his journey was not just a test of physical prowess, but a crucible of the soul, a chance for redemption in the eyes of both gods and mortals alike. Chapter 4. The first labor Nemean lion. With his resolve steeled and his determination unwavering, Hercules set forth on his first labor, the daunting task of slaying the Nemean lion, a beast of legendary ferocity and near invulnerability. Venturing deep into the dark heart of the Nemean wilderness, Hercules tracked the lion to its lair, a cavern shrouded in shadows and echoes of past battles. As he stood at the mouth of the cave, the very earth seemed to tremble beneath his feet, for he knew that within lurked a foe unlike any he had faced before. The Nemean lion emerged from the darkness like a nightmare made flesh, its eyes burning with primal fury and hunger. Its golden fur shone in the dim light, a testament to its divine heritage and unmatched strength. With a roar that shook the heavens, the lion charged at Hercules, its claws slashing through the air with deadly precision. But Hercules, undaunted by the beast's ferocity, met its attack head-on, his muscles bulging with the strain of his exertion. For hours they battled, locked in a deadly dance of predator and prey, each blow ringing out like thunder in the stillness of the forest. But Hercules, drawing upon his divine heritage and cunning intellect, found a way to turn the tide of battle in his favor. With a mighty roar of his own, Hercules grappled with the lion, his hands closing around its throat with a vice-like grip. Channeling his strength and resolve, he strangled the life from the beast, its struggles growing weaker with each passing moment, until, at last, it lay still at his feet. As the echoes of battle faded into the silence of the wilderness, Hercules stood victorious, his chest heaving with exertion and triumph. The first labor was complete, but the journey was far from over. With the taste of victory on his lips and the memory of the lion's roar still echoing in his ears, Hercules prepared himself for the trials that lay ahead, knowing that each labor would test him in ways he could scarcely imagine. Chapter 5. The second labor Lernaean Hydra. Having triumphed over the Nemean lion, Hercules turned his gaze to his next daunting task, the slaying of the dreaded Lernaean Hydra, a monstrous serpent with 9 venomous heads that regrew 2 for every one severed. With his nephew Iolaus at his side, Hercules set out to confront this formidable foe. As they journeyed to the murky swamps of Lerna, the air thick with the stench of decay and the sounds of slithering serpents, Hercules and Iolaus prepared themselves for the battle ahead. With every step, the ground seemed to tremble beneath their feet, as if warning them of the danger that lay ahead. At last, they reached the Hydra's lair, a fetid swamp teeming with serpentine horrors. With a roar that echoed through the murky waters, the Hydra emerged from its murky depths, its 9 heads snapping and hissing with venomous rage. Undaunted by the monster's ferocity, Hercules sprang into action, his muscles rippling with the strength of the gods. But with each head he severed, 2 more grew in its place, threatening to overwhelm him with their sheer numbers. Thinking quickly, Hercules devised a cunning strategy to outwit the Hydra. As Iolaus stood ready with a flaming torch, Hercules cauterized each stump of the Hydra's neck with searing heat, preventing the heads from regrowing. With each stroke of his sword and each burst of flame, he whittled away at the beast's defenses, inching ever closer to victory. With Iolaus' aid and his own indomitable will, Hercules finally vanquished the Hydra, its lifeless body sinking back into the murky depths from whence it came. As they stood amidst the aftermath of battle, the sun setting on the horizon, Hercules and Iolaus shared a weary but triumphant smile, knowing that they had overcome yet another trial on their path to redemption. Chapter 6. The Third Labor, Kinian Hind. As Hercules embarked on his 3rd labor, he faced a challenge of a different nature: to capture the elusive Kinian Hind, a deer sacred to the goddess Artemis. With its golden horns and bronze hooves, the hind was a creature of unparalleled beauty and grace, and its capture would test Hercules' skills as a hunter and tracker. For days and nights, Hercules pursued the hind through the dense forests and rugged mountains, his determination matched only by the swiftness of his quarry. Through rain and snow, across rivers and valleys, he followed the trail of the elusive creature, his senses honed to a razor's edge. At last, after a long and arduous chase, Hercules caught sight of the Kinian hind as it paused to drink from a crystal-clear stream. With the skill of a seasoned hunter and the heart of a true hero, he approached the hind with caution, mindful of the delicate balance between capturing his quarry and respecting the sanctity of Artemis' sacred creature. With a gentle hand and a voice as soothing as the wind through the trees, Hercules calmed the hind's fears and earned its trust. Slowly, patiently, he bound its legs with soft ropes, ensuring that no harm would come to the noble creature. As he returned with the hind to present it to Artemis, the goddess looked upon Hercules with a mixture of surprise and admiration. For in capturing the Kinian hind, he had not only completed his labor, but had done so with compassion and respect, earning the goddess' respect in turn. And so, as Hercules continued on his journey, his heart lighter and his spirit stronger, he carried with him the memory of his encounter with the Kinian hind, a reminder of the power of courage, compassion, and humility in the face of even the most daunting challenges. Chapter 7. Romance with Diona. In the tapestry of Hercules' legendary journey, one thread shines brighter than all the rest: his romance with the beautiful Diona, a maiden of unparalleled grace and spirit. Their love story unfolded amidst the trials and triumphs of Hercules' labors, weaving a tale of courage, devotion, and undying passion. It was amidst the verdant hills of Calydon that Hercules first laid eyes upon Deianira, her beauty like a beacon amidst the lush landscape. From their first meeting, sparks flew between them, igniting a flame that would burn brighter with each passing day. But their love was not without its challenges, for Deianira's hand was sought by many suitors, each vying for her affections with promises of wealth and power. Yet it was Hercules, with his strength and valor, who captured her heart, proving that true love knows no bounds. Their bond was put to the test when the river god Achilles, envious of Hercules' love for Deianira, challenged him to a duel for her hand. With the strength of a titan and the cunning of a strategist, Hercules faced Achilles in a fierce battle that raged across the banks of the river. As the waters churned and the earth trembled beneath their feet, Hercules emerged victorious, his triumph a testament to his love for Deianira. But their ordeal was far from over, for a new threat loomed on the horizon. Nessus, a wicked centaur, sought to claim Deianira for himself, his lustful gaze fixed upon her like a predator, stalking its prey. But Hercules, ever vigilant and fiercely protective of his beloved, thwarted Nessus' vile intentions, rescuing Deianira from the clutches of the centaur with a courage born of love. And so, amidst the trials and tribulations of Hercules' legendary journey, his romance with Deianira blossomed like a flower in the desert, a beacon of hope and light in a world filled with darkness and despair. Together, they faced the challenges that lay ahead, their love serving as a guiding star in the vast expanse of the cosmos. Chapter 8. The Fourth Labor Erymanthian Boar. As Hercules continued his quest to complete the 12 labors, he faced the daunting task of capturing the fearsome Erymanthian boar. This beast, with its razor-sharp tusks and ferocious demeanor, posed a formidable challenge even for a hero of Hercules' stature. Setting out into the rugged wilderness of Mount Erymanthos, Hercules braved treacherous terrain and unforgiving weather, his determination unwavering despite the perils that lay ahead. Through dense forests and steep cliffs, he tracked the elusive boar, his senses finely attuned to its movements. With each step, Hercules strategized and planned, knowing that brute force alone would not be enough to subdue the beast. Drawing upon his intellect and cunning, he devised a plan to outsmart the boar and capture it alive, thus fulfilling the requirements of his labor. As the boar charged towards him with a deafening roar, Hercules stood his ground, his mind racing with possibilities. With a quick and decisive move, he lured the boar into a trap, using his knowledge of the terrain to his advantage. With ropes and nets, Hercules ensnared the boar, his muscles straining with the effort of subduing the powerful creature. Through sheer determination and skill, he emerged victorious, the boar captured and subdued at his feet. As he presented the Erymanthian boar to King Eurystheus, Hercules felt a sense of pride and accomplishment wash over him. Though the journey had been long and perilous, he had once again proven himself worthy of his divine heritage, his intellect and courage shining as brightly as the sun on Mount Olympus. And so, with the fourth labor behind him, Hercules prepared himself for the challenges that lay ahead, knowing that with each trial he faced, he grew ever closer to his ultimate destiny. Chapter 9. The Fifth and Sixth Labors, Augean Stables and Stymphalian Birds. As Hercules journeyed through his trials, the challenges grew ever more daunting, testing not only his strength, but also his wit and ingenuity. For his fifth labor, he faced the daunting task of cleaning the Augean stables, which housed thousands of cattle and had not been cleaned in years. Simultaneously, he was tasked with driving away the man-eating Stymphalian birds that plagued the marshes of Stymphalos. Approaching the Aegean stables, Hercules surveyed the scene before him, a mountain of filth and refuse that seemed to stretch to the horizon. But rather than be daunted by the enormity of the task, Hercules saw an opportunity for innovation. Using his great strength and cunning, Hercules diverted the course of two mighty rivers, the Alpheus and the Peneus, directing their waters through the stables and washing away the accumulated filth in a torrential flood. With the power of the rushing waters and the force of his will, Hercules completed the seemingly impossible task in a single day, fulfilling the requirements of his fifth labor with ease. Turning his attention to the Stymphalian birds, Hercules faced a different kind of challenge. These monstrous creatures, with their razor-sharp beaks and iron feathers, terrorized the marshlands of Stymphalos, preying upon unsuspecting travelers with ruthless efficiency. But Hercules, undaunted by the ferocity of his foes, devised a plan to drive them away. Using his powerful voice and the beating of his bronze shield, he created a cacophony of sound that echoed through the marshes, striking fear into the hearts of the Stymphalian birds and driving them from their roosts. With each thunderous clang of his shield and each resounding shout, Hercules forced the birds to take flight, their cries of anguish filling the air as they fled before his might. And so, with a combination of strength, wit, and sheer determination, Hercules completed his fifth and sixth labors, proving once again that there was no challenge too great for the Son of Zeus. Chapter 10: The Seventh and Eighth Labors, Cretan Bull and Mares of Diomedes. In his unrelenting quest to complete the 12 labors, Hercules faced the formidable challenges of capturing the powerful Cretan bull and taming the ferocious man-eating mares of Diomedes. With each task, he demonstrated his resourcefulness, determination, and unwavering courage, further solidifying his heroic reputation among mortals and gods alike. The Cretan bull, a creature of immense strength and wild temperament, roamed the island of Crete, wreaking havoc upon the land and its people. Undeterred by the beast's fearsome reputation, Hercules approached the bull with a steady gaze and a heart unclouded by fear. With ropes and sheer strength, he wrestled the bull into submission, his muscles straining against its fury until it lay defeated at his feet. Turning his attention to the mares of Diomedes, Hercules faced an even greater challenge. These savage beasts, fed a diet of human flesh by their deranged master, King Diomedes of Thrace, were nigh uncontrollable, their bloodlust driving them to consume all who crossed their path. But Hercules, with his unparalleled bravery and cunning, devised a plan to quell the mares' ferocity. Drawing upon his deep reserves of empathy and understanding, he approached the beasts not as enemies to be conquered, but as creatures in need of redemption. With a gentle hand and a voice like the soothing breeze, Hercules calmed the mares' fears and won their trust, gradually taming their wild spirits and teaching them to obey his commands. Through patience, perseverance, and unwavering determination, he transformed the man-eating monsters into loyal companions, their once bloodthirsty natures tempered by the light of his compassion. And so, with the Cretan bull and the mares of Diomedes subdued, Hercules continued on his epic journey, his legend growing with each triumph. For in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, he had proven time and again that the strength of the human spirit, fueled by courage and guided by wisdom, was capable of conquering even the most formidable of foes. Chapter 11: The Ninth and Tenth Labors, Girdle of Hippolyta and Cattle of Geryon. As Hercules embarked on his ninth and 10th labors, he faced formidable challenges that tested not only his strength, but also his wit and cunning. His first task was to retrieve the prized girdle of Hippolyta, queen of the Amazons, a task that would require diplomacy and finesse. His second task was to capture the magnificent cattle of Geryon, guarded by the triple-bodied giant himself. For the girdle of Hippolyta, Hercules approached the Amazons with respect and diplomacy, seeking to negotiate the return of the prized artifact. However, Hera, ever the trickster, sowed seeds of discord among the Amazons, leading to a misunderstanding that erupted into conflict. Undeterred, Hercules fought valiantly against the fierce warriors, ultimately securing the girdle and completing his 9th labor. Turning his attention to the cattle of Geryon, Hercules faced an even greater challenge. Geryon, a fearsome giant with 3 bodies and a fierce temper, guarded his prized herd with unwavering vigilance. Yet Hercules, with his growing mastery over his own abilities, devised a plan to outwit the giant. Using his strength and cunning, Hercules subdued the giant's watchdog Orthrus, a fierce 2-headed beast, and then faced Geryon himself in a fierce battle of wills. With each blow, Hercules demonstrated his growing mastery over his own abilities, his strength and determination unmatched by any mortal or god. In the end, Hercules emerged victorious, capturing the cattle of Geryon and completing his 10th labor with grace and skill. His triumph over these formidable challenges further solidified his reputation as a hero of unparalleled strength and courage, destined for greatness beyond mortal comprehension. And so, with each labor completed, Hercules drew ever closer to his ultimate destiny, his legend echoing through the ages as a testament to the indomitable power of the human spirit. Chapter 12, the 11th and 12th labors, golden apples of Hesperides and Kerberos. In the culmination of his heroic journey, Hercules faced his 11th and 12th labors, tasks that would push him to the very limits of his strength and courage. His 11th labor was to retrieve the golden apples of the Hesperides, guarded by the Titan Atlas at the edge of the world. His 12th labor was to capture Kerberos, the fearsome, 3-headed dog that guarded the entrance to the underworld. For the golden apples of the Hesperides, Hercules embarked on a perilous journey to the ends of the earth, where the garden of the Hesperides lay shrouded in mystery and magic. There, he encountered Atlas, the Titan condemned to bear the weight of the heavens upon his shoulders. Through cunning and persuasion, Hercules convinced Atlas to retrieve the apples for him, offering to shoulder the burden of the heavens in his stead. With the apples secured, Hercules faced his final trial, capturing Kerberos, the guardian of the underworld. Descending into the depths of Hades itself, he confronted the fearsome beast, its 3 heads snarling and snapping with unbridled fury. With nerves of steel and a heart unclouded by fear, Hercules grappled with Cerberus, his strength matched only by the beast's relentless ferocity. But Hercules, drawing upon the lessons learned from his previous labors, proved himself more than a match for Cerberus. With skill and determination, he subdued the beast, binding its 3 heads with chains forged in the fires of Hephaestus himself. As he emerged from the underworld triumphant, Kerberos at his side, Hercules knew that his journey was at an end. With the golden apples of the Hesperides and the fearsome Cerberus in his possession, he had completed his 12 labors, fulfilling the will of the gods and earning his place among the greatest heroes of all time. And so, with his legend secure and his legacy assured, Hercules returned to the world of mortals, his name destined to be remembered for all eternity as a symbol of courage, strength, and the indomitable spirit of humanity. Chapter 13, The tragic end. In the twilight of his heroic journey, Hercules faced a tragedy that would cast a shadow over his final days. It began with a deception orchestrated by the dying centaur Nessus, whose vengeful spirit sought to sow discord among mortals. Diona, blinded by love and desperation, believed Nessus' deceitful words, convinced that his poisoned blood held the key to ensuring her husband's fidelity. But little did she know that the blood coursing through her veins carried not salvation, but destruction. As Hercules donned the robes stained with Nessus' poisoned blood, a searing pain ripped through his body, his muscles contorting in agony as the venom spread like wildfire through his veins. With each breath, he felt the icy grip of death tightening around his heart, his strength ebbing away with each passing moment. But even in the throes of his suffering, Hercules bore his pain with a dignity and courage befitting a hero of his stature. With a heavy heart and tears streaming down his face, he knew that his time in the world of mortals was drawing to a close. With his final act of defiance against the cruel hand of fate, Hercules built his own funeral pyre atop Mount Ida, the flames roaring to life with a fierce intensity that mirrored the fire burning within his own soul. As the flames consumed his mortal form, he ascended to the heavens, his spirit rising like a phoenix from the ashes. And so, as Hercules took his place among the gods of Olympus, his legend burned brighter than ever before, a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who dared to dream of greatness. Though his journey had ended in tragedy, his legacy would endure for all eternity, a testament to the indomitable spirit of the human heart. Chapter 14. Resolution. As the flames of Hercules' funeral pyre consumed his mortal form, a profound transformation occurred, marking the culmination of his epic journey. His apotheosis was complete as Zeus, the king of the gods, granted him immortality among the divine ranks of Olympus. With his ascension to godhood, Hercules found reconciliation with Hera, the queen of the gods, his once bitter adversary. Through acts of courage and compassion, he earned her forgiveness and respect, bridging the divide that had long separated them. In a joyous celebration that echoed throughout the heavens, Hercules was united in marriage to Hebe, the goddess of youth, their union a symbol of eternal love and renewal. With Hebe by his side, Hercules found a happiness and contentment that transcended mortal understanding, their bond a testament to the enduring power of love. As Hercules took his place among the gods of Olympus, his heroic exploits became the stuff of legend, inspiring mortals for generations to come. From the heights of Mount Olympus to the farthest reaches of the mortal realm, his name echoed like thunder through the ages, a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who dared to dream of greatness. And so, as the tale of Hercules, the greatest of heroes, faded into the annals of history, his legacy endured, a shining testament to the indomitable spirit of the human heart. For though his mortal journey had come to an end, his legend would live on for all eternity, a timeless reminder of the power of courage, compassion, and the enduring triumph of the human spirit. Chapter 15. Epilog. As Hercules settled into his new life among the Olympian gods, he found fulfillment in his divine duties and the company of his fellow immortals. From his lofty perch atop Mount Olympus, he watched over the mortal realm with a benevolent eye, guiding and protecting humanity in times of need. Yet, even as he reveled in the splendor of his newfound existence, Hercules remained ever mindful of his mortal roots, never forgetting the trials and triumphs that had shaped him into the hero he had become. His journey from mortal to immortal, from man to God, served as a timeless reminder of the boundless potential of the human spirit. In the mortal world, Hercules' legend continued to resonate throughout the ages, inspiring countless generations with tales of his courage, strength, and unwavering resolve. From the marble halls of ancient Greece to the bustling streets of modern cities, his name echoed like thunder, a symbol of hope and inspiration for all who faced adversity. Through art, literature, and mythology, Hercules' story endured, transcending the boundaries of time and culture to touch the hearts of people around the world. His deeds became the stuff of legend, his name synonymous with bravery, heroism, and the triumph of good over evil. And so, as the ages passed and the world changed around him, Hercules' legacy remained as vibrant and enduring as ever, a testament to the timeless power of courage, strength, and the indomitable human spirit. Though his mortal journey had ended, his legend would live on for all eternity, a beacon of hope and inspiration for generations to come.